Good Wednesday evening. We are in 1 Corinthians 13, and this is a familiar chapter, very short with 13 verses, and we hear a lot of these verses quoted in love season, right? We already had Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day a few months ago, and in a few months, people are preparing for wedding season, and we hear 1 Corinthians 13:4 quoted a lot. Love is patient, love is kind, right? Doesn't envy, doesn't boast, right? But we need to apply this chapter to our common relationships, right? Our friendships, just folks that we, work with, care about, not so much in a relationship or personal relationship. And it says in verse 2, you can have the gift of healing and prophecy and miracles and knowledge and wisdom. You can give to the poor and you can, sacrifice. But if you do all that and there is no love in your heart, zero, it's empty. There's no effect. So love makes the difference. And then, like I said, it starts in verse 4 and goes all the way till the end of 7, beginning of 8. Or it says in the in the King James Version, well, charity suffereth long, is patient, and it's kind, and it's not jealous. It doesn't envy. And in place of charity, love. It's not puffed up or it doesn't brag. It's not arrogant. And then verse 5, it doesn't behave itself unseemly, not strange. And in another version, it says that love isn't rude. It doesn't think about itself. And King James Version says, it seeketh not her own. It isn't irritable. Oh my goodness. Have we seen so many people nowadays who just quick to snap all the time, right? Clap back on each other. Well, here it says that it is not easily provoked, right? We don't go off. We don't curse each other out if we have the love of God in our heart. And in verse 5, the middle, it says, it thinketh no evil. It gives someone the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't meditate on things that are, nasty and negative. No, it doesn't keep track of wrongs. It doesn't hold grudges, right? It just, it has a light heart when you have the love of God in your heart, right? And when you think about it, as far as not thinking about evil, go back to Philippians 4:6-8. Right, that list of things that we should be meditating on, things that are true and honest and just and pure and lovely. Love is of loveliness. Loveliness is from love. Lovely and good report. If there be any praise or any virtue, think on these things. Right, that's what love will do. And then it goes into verse 6, how love rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth. And in the other version, it says, it isn't happy when injustice is done, but it is happy with the truth. Love never stops being patient, never stops believing, never stops hoping, never stops giving up. And of course, King James Version says, it bears all things, believes all things, hopes for all things, endures all things. I was going over information about Ruby Bridges. You remember, she was a little kindergartner, 6 years old, who transferred from Mississippi to Louisiana, and she had the chance to integrate a school. Well, guess what? For months, all those children's parents pulled their kids out the school, and Ruby was like, "Oh, kindergarten, I'm the only one in this class." And there was a teacher with the love of God who set her aside, and she would teach her, and they would go over lessons. Not until months afterwards did Ruby know actually what was going on. But there were people who were threatening her life. We're going to hang you. And to a 6-year-old. Oh my goodness. So I tell you, she's, to my knowledge, still alive. And something she said, even going through all all of that. The thing that really matters, that endures, all about life, it's all about love. Can you love others like that teacher made a difference to her? I think about Booker T. Washington, how he taught himself how to read. He was born a slave, but he had a thirst and knowledge. And once he taught himself how to read, he taught other Blacks and former slaves how to read. And do you know that he researched how to build bricks, make bricks out of wood and straw and put it in a kiln. And at least 3 times his kiln would break down. Then he sold his watch so that he could buy another kiln. And that's how he built Tuskegee Normal. Do we have the love of God that we can help our people, right, to spread so that they will be different? I hope we can spread the love of God wherever we are. Have a good evening impacting others.